Wilson Morales from BlackFilmAndTV.com, talking to Samira Wiley, who has received yet another Emmy nomination, playing Moira on The Handmaid's Tale. So congratulations. How good does it feel to be recognized again for the same character?
Oh my goodness, it feels amazing. Being in like school, which is like where I learned, to act and stuff. You got like a few performances to play the same character, and now being able to play it over 3 years and get to know who Moira is and to gain recognition for that, it feels amazing.
It feels good because we always say, and when I say we, as in Black talent, you don't get that many people getting nominated over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen it recently with Sterling K. Brown, and we've seen it with Anthony Anderson and Don Cheadle. Sterling has won, you have won as well. But to see that the character is being recognized in the performance, as opposed to like you being nominated for different roles, like Regina King, Regina King gets nominated for different roles, she gets in. But to know that you're getting nomination for the same character, that just says not only the show has good writing, but they continue to write good roles for you. This year was different from the last one because you won for guest actor. This time was more supporting. What is the difference? Because the first time you got nominated, you were nominated for supporting, then you got guest, which you won for, and now you're back to supporting.
Yes. I again, like you said, showing that they are being nominated for the same character shows that they're writing amazing material for actors of color. I think that being nominated in the supporting category, which is purely a technical thing sometimes about the amount of episodes you're in, the amount of material that you're getting to work with, sometimes makes the difference between being nominated in a guest category rather than a supporting category. So I see it as just more of sort of developing who Moira is, making sure that she is central to this story. So I feel like it's a great honor to be able to be in the supporting category and more evidence that Moira is needed.
How has Moira grown this past season?
Moira is, it's really lovely to be able to see her journey. She has gone, I think, from such a broken woman, especially in season 1, when we see her having to go to Jezebel's and really completely just, be a prostitute there against her will. Not really a prostitute, because prostitutes get paid. She's, basically just being used. And when she finally gets to escape to Canada, and we see in season 2 sort of her adjusting there, she's trying to get to know herself again because she's lost herself. They have taken her from her. And she even uses a different name when someone asks her who she is. In one scene, she uses a completely different name. She says, "I'm Ruby," And now in season 3, we see her coming back to herself. We see her getting involved in activism and getting involved in, she works at the refugee center, trying to use her where everything that she has learned and knows now from being there to help others. So her journey has grown. She now has obviously June's baby that she's taking care of. And that oftentimes, I think, just in life can really change a person's outlook, because now you have a small person that is looking up to you, that is looking to you to, be an example for them. So I think Nicole, who is June's baby, really changes Moira as well, softens her and gives her more of a purpose.
Mm-hmm. What does that do for you as an actress, when you get this nomination? How does it impact your career? Not only, obviously, it's an accolade, win or lose, but, are you getting more roles? Are people offering you more stuff? Because some people may just be discovering you for the first time.
Yeah. Look, it's always, we can always look back at Samira Wiley's name from here on till forever. And at this point, I'll always be nominated for 3 Emmys, It'll always be Samira Wiley, 3-time Emmy nominee. So those things, being able to have those things behind my name, just, going back to what you were saying, even about being in the supporting category, being able to be a Black woman, have those things behind me, have people be able to look at that honestly, just look at the things behind my name and say, I'm going to take a second look at her. I'm going to see her, the other things that she has done. I'm actually maybe going to consider her for roles that I wouldn't have considered her for before. It's definitely opening up my world. I noticed after I played Poussey, a lot of the things that I would be offered would be things that I felt were almost the same exact character as Poussey. They see me do one thing and it's like, well, she can do that one thing, so let's just have her do that one thing over and over and over again. But now I feel like people are seeing me as an actor, rather than just a certain character, which is invaluable.
Mm-hmm. Are you going out for other roles? Whether it be TV, film, or theater?
Yes, look, theater is my first love. So I'm always trying to figure out a way to get back to theater. Theater doesn't pay as much as TV and film. So that's always going to be like more of a passion project. And for that, I want to be able to find the right thing, for me. So I'm always looking for roles there and, want to eventually, do Broadway, want to do the West End in London. It's about, I hopefully want to work with a Black director. That would be important to me. But then I think, if you're doing one thing, you always want to do another thing. So since I got the TV down right now, I feel like I want to do theater, but then I'm also very, very, very much interested in doing movies. I did 3 movies last summer. I did one with Tom Hanks. I did one with Jennifer Lawrence. I did one with Allison Janney. So, yeah, just trying to spread my oats everywhere. Is that the word? Yeah, let's go with that.
What's the role you have with the Tom Hanks film?
It is a movie called Bios, and it's actually not. I'm not sure how much I can. I'm gonna just tell you. It's a movie where Tom Hanks is. It's like him and it's not that many people in the movie. I'm trying to figure out a way to say this. I play an important part in the movie. The role I feel like is normally a part that like it's kind of like a John Wayne character, yes, that like normally an older white man would play a role like this, who is the leader of a community, who kind of walks around with a shotgun and is the the badass man in the town. And they took a left turn and decided to cast this one. So I feel like it's really subversive to be able to go ahead and cast someone like me in that role. And going back to all the things I said, being able to see me as more than just one thing.
Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, if you're doing films now, and obviously you still have your day job, how are you balancing the two? And I know you mentioned theater; you'd like to do it, but as you say, the money don't pay well. So
yeah.
now that you got a job to steady, it's like we're in this pandemic crisis. We're like, we can't go back to getting something lower. But how are you prior to the pandemic though? How are you balancing, obviously, taking the time to do films or TV or any other projects?
Yeah. But I mean, look, I'm on the show, and so I'm kind of, at the mercy of the show of whenever we're filming, right? That's my first priority. And that show has given me so many things. So I want that to be my first priority. But in times when we're not filming, it's really like a kind of like a delicate balance of scheduling, right? Because like if this director's schedule lines up with mine, lines up with the, me loving the script, lines up with whatever Hulu or MGM, is on board for, then it's a go. You know what I mean? But like if any one of those things is not right in line, then it might not be the thing that ends up working out for me. But I'm a big believer in that, like whatever is supposed to be for me will be for me. So I try not to stress too much, about that. But it really is, it's honestly all just about scheduling.
Mm-hmm. And just to wrap it up, at the end of the day, obviously, for those who are looking at the nominees and either they know who you are, or they may not know who you are, what's a good reason to tune in to the Handmaid's Tale?
A good reason to tune into the Handmaid's Tale is number one, because it is excellent television. You have excellent actors, excellent directors. The cinematography in our show is just on par with anything that has. I mean, the Emmys that we just won last year we won the Emmy for director of photography, for cinematography. And the first year, you know, we won for directing. So it's not just that, you know, the acting is good. It's all around, production design, all of that. Number two, we got, look, I'm going through like a politician. Number two, the subject matter is beyond relevant. Sometimes it's eerie, actually, how relevant it is. To be able to watch a television show and escapism, you know, that's a lot of times why people go to television shows. And yes, that's one thing that this show also does, but it's does more than that. It's a show where you cannot help but have a conversation afterward with someone who watched it about what is going on in our world, about, you know, just everything that is happening right now in society. It's so prescient, you know, the subject matter. And then also number three, if you're about celebrating women, Margaret Atwood, who is a she's honestly like royalty in Canada. She's Canadian, and I went to dinner with her there at one time, and she walked in the restaurant, and it basically felt like everybody in the restaurant was like this. So being able to have she's almost 90 years old, and being able to celebrate a woman, and she wrote this in 1985. So being able to see how someone's work can go from 1985 and be still so in the center of what our conversation is right now here today is a true honor. So that's why you need to watch. Oh yeah, and me, I'm on it.
Of course, that's why we are continuing to pay attention. You're like, oh, you know, if you didn't catch up now, catch them now. If you didn't catch it then, catch it now, obviously, because you're getting on it. It's your third nomination. Congratulations. You know, we're going to continue to watch this show, watch you progress in other projects that you do. You know, hey, so long as you work, I always tell this to Black actors, you are working, gets me work. So keep doing your thing. You know, I will let you be. Stay safe.